You already know what time it is, man. We're back in the building. It's your boy BMR.
Villain, aka Villain Dulu.
Yes, sir. And today in the building, we have the special guest, man. This man is everything.
Everything.
Producer, songwriter, rapper, a dancer. He even have a DJ. He even have a dog. He's a dog father.
If I cannot make it in the hip hop world, let me just do that because nobody's doing that. And I did that, met some Jamaicans, and they were like really friendly, and and some Africans. They were like, "Of course, we'll come to the studio." You know, it's not like the hip hop guys had to spend 3 weeks. And then they did.
That you're the ones who you are the one who started this shit. Yeah.
No, people was before us. Yeah. But we were the ones who actually made it
popular.
Yeah, popular. Yeah. And some guys.
This one is giving.
It's getting too warm.
It's getting too warm. I'm getting depressed looking at it.
Cheers,
man. Cheers.
But the thing is now with I kept on doing the dancehall stuff, and I'm still doing it. And the whole scene is stuck. We couldn't handle the pressure, so we split up. And I was feeling so bad. My best friend died, Natasja died, and my band that I lived for was not there anymore. So I was like, fuck Denmark, man. And that's when I started just to concentrate on Jamaica. I took a break for maybe 5 years. And then we came with a new crowd of artists like Kaka and Wafande and in the end, and Shaka Loveless. In the end, it was my hit. It was my turn.
Come in the building, Pharfar, man.
Thank you.
What's up, man? How you doing?
We're all good, man. Just another day in the life. Hard work and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dope. Sounds good, man. But welcome to the show, man. We've been looking forward to have you up in here, man.
Happy to be here.
And we're so honored to have you here.
Thank you, man.
To be honest.
To be here. I'm honored to be here.
Appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. So, Pharfar, before we go further, there is few rules on the table, man.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You need to lay everything out first.
You need to lay out everything before we go further. I know it's Saturday, everybody's looking forward to something. But this gentleman right here standing next to you, if we come across any questions that you don't want to answer, or you feel is inappropriate to you, you can just press that.
Okay.
Then we'll skip the question, take another question.
Thank
you. Feel me?
Yes.
But in return for this, there's no drinking coffee. It's a short. It's a short of your choice.
All right, cool.
So you can answer as much as you want, or skip questions and drink as much as you want. But welcome to the show,
That's
man.
Fair. Sound good.
You right?
Yes.
Okay,
nice
cool,
one,
man. No, but take us from the start, man.
Yes, I was born in central Copenhagen and moved to Christianshavn, just beside Christiania. I grew up like 100 meters from Christiania.
What year are we talking?
That is like 83.
83.
No, wait a minute. 85.
85.
I moved to Christianshavn, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And started to hang out with my friends in Christiania. And in that time, like our area surrounding Christiania was like a rude boy.
Yeah, but is it always been a place to sell weed in Christiania or shit like that, or it wasn't like that before?
Since the 60s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that place has been like that for a long time.
They actually just went in and squatted the place like it was an army base. And then they went in and occupied the buildings illegally.
Okay.
So I was there and just hanging out, and I discovered when I was maybe 13, I heard my first rap music, right? I was like blown away. It was insane for me. And those were the days where rap music did sound very different, Don't push me.
Exactly, The hard punchlines.
That old school shit.
The old school shit, and I was like, after that I found my way,
But who was the first rapper that you listened to where you were like, I can maybe do the same, or I want to do the same?
Like first it was like this guy's Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, Furious 5, that was cool. And then I remember Run DMC, I was listening to them, Beastie Boys, Eric B and Rakim.
Oh yeah,
Rakim.
And then after I found what they call them, like Wu-Tang Clan and Cypress Hill, and I was like, fuck this shit, I don't need no other music, But then at the same time, always when I heard something like, there was like, these days they had like, when they had a dancehall singer doing just one verse, like a hip hop song.
Exactly.
And I always liked that, but I didn't know the background. I only knew Bob Marley and and like the traditional reggae music. Yeah. So when I was 18, I started to playing drums in my school. They had a drum kit, and I could get the key when I was after school. I would just go and bang on the shit. And then I had my parents made me like a saving that I could use when I turned 18. And I went to Africa. A friend of mine, he said to visit his family in Kenya. And I lived there for 3 months and trying to play drums. And there I found I heard dancehall
in Kenya.
Yeah, in like this, they have like these mini buses where they play like insane sounds.
Loud.
And I heard like Murder She Wrote and some Cableton stuff
on their own sound systems.
And I was like, this is it. Like this has the beats from the hip hop, and they have like more dance,
more rhythm,
more melodies, and it also have the rapping. So when I came back, I was playing in a funk band, and I was trying to we play ragamuffin with the acoustic drums, and it was like didn't really work, and people were like, he's lost his mind.
Crazy. He's crazy.
Nobody at that point. It was very strange for people to hear dancehall.
Yeah,
it was like the way it was
super
singing.
new.
And people were like very skeptic, you know. So I was DJing, and I put on one track like a Beanie Man Sim Sim or something like that. People came, what? Stop that shit, you know. Like cannot. Also in Christiania, like people were really
distance from it.
And then I found a few people who felt like me. I found out there was a small community in Copenhagen of people who love this music. The dancehall community. So we started hanging out together and making parties, you know, just inside of the crew. But then we had so much fun that people from outside was beginning to join in. Like we had some great parties, and we had cheap beers, and you know, we had our own shit going on. So people outside, they were okay, and then we had the club Rub It Up Sundays. And then that people just started
coming.
But to take it a little bit back, you said you started to hang out around Christiania, and you had like a hip hop, or how can I say, a hipster, or like a creative community.
I had a friend who was living right in the middle of almost Pusher Street. And me and him, we listened to hip hop together. And we rapped together. But we didn't have any equipment to make music, so but just like. And we were
just beatboxing.
One guy beatboxing and two guys rapping. I found my old record player, and I could like.
Scratchy.
So it was really primitive, and we had a crew. We even. We played one show in the Grey Hall as we had the warm up, because we were the Christiania kids, so the grown-ups said like, okay, you can warm up, but we didn't really make it. We needed a drum machine and a tape recorder. We didn't have any gear, right?
So from that transaction of you being just a street rap, doing all this beatboxing, what transformed from you from there to start your own production? Like, okay, let me be a producer so I can get to it.
That was like a guy also from Christiania. He had this computer, and it was a Mac computer in the early days, which was the first computer that had like you can actually record sound into it. And I was like, fuck, this is insane, because it was digital sound, right? So the sound quality didn't on the tape. You would have like words. It sounded more and more shitty, you know. Every time you spent the tape, and you would have this.
The recording sound,
and it sounded like shit. That was a demo, and then when you wanted to do a proper song, you have to pay a lot of money to go into a studio, right? But now I have my computer, and I can actually sample my own records. I can do beats. We can put a microphone. I was like.
So you knew how to do beats already?
No. I started like I just locked myself in 3 weeks in my living room, and at those times, like there were so many problems, like. When you was trying to make a beat, something don't work, and you don't have nobody to call. So,
but then you also got good at like fixing computers, right?
Yes. And it would be like I had two of my friends. We're gonna make music all night, and after 1 hour, we're stuck in something, and I'm like. And after 4 hours, like the guy's like, okay, we're leaving again, you know. So all the time it happened, but I learned it the hard way, and I just kept on doing it, and I didn't want to do anything else. Just there doing it. So in the start, I tried to do hip hop music. I rapped myself, and I wanted to sound like Method Man.
Yeah.
But my voice was like a totally different sound, and it didn't really work out.
Yeah.
So you know when you try to be someone else,
We all been through that.
it's not
that part of
working.
the.
It doesn't work. It works in your head.
Yeah, in your head.
But when you spit it out,
Yeah.
it's like,
Like,
dang,
damn.
please, I don't want to save that.
So it takes a while to find your own voice.
yeah.
But I had a band where we was like doing the hip hop shit. It was like we had actually like live drums and DJ, bass and guitar, and all the hip hop guys, they laughed at me because I was trying to do it with instruments, right? Before the roots and before all that shit, we tried to do it, and we played concerts for like boom. And you know that's the hip hop dance, you know that's
The hard heavy beat.
and it was very boring for me because like, and it was so serious, you know.
Yeah.
And one time, like, I got drunk on stage and I was like starting to freestyle in Danish, right? And it's like people woke up, you know, and we started having a party. And I was like, fuck, that's better than the hip hop hits, you know. So after that, I started to do fun shit like rap in Danish,
Having more fun with the music.
Yeah.
Instead of being so serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that made like the whole party scene we had like very good. And at the same time, I found out my voice wasn't like Method
You
Man.
wasn't like Method Man, yeah.
So we tried to get the good rappers that could do it good, proper English, you know. But you always have that little Danish
Exactly.
accent.
The English.
Yeah,
But
Danish
it's always a good thing to have like somebody maybe you've been listening to a lot and try to imitate that into yourself. But from the beginning, you need at least someone.
Yeah,
some guidance.
Got some guidance, like
then create
take
your own
some
style
flow
from there.
and see how they go.
So that was the start. I learned like to rap to full KRS One song, you know, like I had it in my head, and I found out
The
that
bridge is over.
That really didn't really translate. Like if I wanted to go on stage, I was, for example, when I was in Africa, I was taken out in the jungle to a nice disco, right? And the people were dancing. I was like, and they was like, "You want to rap?" I was like, "Okay." And I only had that, the bridge is over, one of the songs, right? And they only had one crazy weird instrumental, and this guy was like, "Yo, this guy is here from the States," and he's like a great rapper, and they just like turned on all the music, and everybody stopped dancing and was just looking at you, and it was so embarrassing, and I was like so nervous, and instead of dancing, there was like, interesting. And then when it was done, okay, back to party.
Back to party.
You know, so I was like, okay, fuck that. Anyway, then I found that these rappers, the American rappers, like there was like, and the hip hop crowd was very like, it was a bit negative. Like people were like talking bad about each other, and I tried to get into and I didn't wear like the oversized clothes. I didn't want to
pants
look like somebody else, you know. So I was a bit left outside, and then I met these, and then I found this reggae, and I started, fuck that. Let me just do that instead. If I cannot make it in the hip hop world, let me just do that because nobody's doing that. And I did that, met some Jamaicans, and they were like really friendly, and some Africans. They were like, "Of course, we'll come to the studio." You know, it's not like the hip hop guys. I had to spend 3 weeks, and then they didn't come anyway when I was waiting for them. Right?
Waste of work.
Because hip hop is hip hop. They always have like a different types of energy. The attitude. Every hip hop artist feel like he made it.
That's it.
Like, man, nobody fucking know you.
But your first performance you just talked about. What age were you around?
I might have been in 18.
18.
Yeah.
18. Okay.
And then I found these guys, and they started like some local Jamaicans here, like from the Sky Jews and some of the cats that had been living in Copenhagen, and they kind of like put me through an education. He came later, Jababi, Cornstein, some of those dudes, and they like gave me the education, like I found out.
But you also at some point you moved to Jamaica.
No, but when I was maybe in my mid-20s, I traveled there for the first time. I was so scared, you know, like
I get you. It's a crazy place. It's a crazy place.
But since then I've enjoyed it. I've been there 7 times, and I have a lot of friends there, and I love it. But the first time I felt I was going to war, man.
But what brings you there for the first time? Was it just a vacation, or you wanted to learn the culture of the music you was?
We want to seek actually dub plates for Rub It Up Sundays. So we wanted to go there and have artists do our songs, do the songs where they sing our name, right?
Yeah.
And we had this link with this guy, King Kong, his name. He played in Rub It Up.
Yeah.
He's a legendary reggae singer from the 80s.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we just went around studios and I made songs, like a lot of songs with the artist, you know.
Yeah.
We brought some money and we made it happen. And after that I was like, okay, this is no big deal, I can go here.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling like
It's
I'm
not
gonna
that
kill.
scary like that.
Of course, it's always people will try
Of course,
to
you're gonna
threaten you and stuff, but it's not what I expected. And I had some friends there, so since then I've just been there a lot. And then we had like the whole scene exploded in Denmark. Like we had Big Stuck, my old group became like so famous overnight.
But where did all that start? With also Robert Up, and when did all this happen? Because you told us first when you were playing this in Denmark, people were like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So when did that wave come where people were like, damn, I love this shit?
Yeah, it was later. Like they started with doing the small underground parties, and I meet this guy called Dwayne Eckerman. His father is a Jamaican. And me and him like clicked. And we had ambitions. He wanted to make some music where he sounded like Bounty Killer, and I wanted to produce some ragamuffin, right?
Yeah.
And after that, he was all of a sudden he said to me like, "Fuck that, we're going Danish, man, and you're gonna produce it, and we're gonna have this cat from a band called Malte Coin.
Just in case the coffee don't taste good.
In on it." Yeah. So he was a part of I found my team, you know, like him and me. I felt like that's my soldier right there. I'm gonna ride with him.
Yeah.
And we developed it from there. He had like a master plan, and that was the whole movement actually.
It's also somebody you wanted, someone also who has kind of same.
Yeah, they have ambitions, you know, and also knew the Danish background, because we didn't want to be just a copy of a Jamaican, because we're not like that.
Want to be your own style.
You know?
It sounds also nice with Jamaicans because they have that type of accent of patois, so it's different even if you try to.
And we had to find out what made us special, you know. We are Danish guys, and we have this. We do it in Danish.
Would you claim that you're the ones who you're the one who started this shit here?
No, people was before us. Yeah. But we were the ones who actually
made it popular.
Yeah, popular. Yeah.
And so you're the one, the originator, we could say.
You could say in a way, but also it's a question of timing, right?
Yeah.
If you work very hard and the timing is not there, you're gonna not succeed. So we was very lucky to have.
But do you know anybody who was doing that before you? Like who was like?
You had this guy Hyde Park, Joachim. Phase 5, Natasja, all these guys, they was like maybe 10 years before us with reggae, right? In the 80s, and it was too strange for people. But at our point, something started happening, and that was like people was. All of a sudden, Missy Elliott came with some crazy shit, you know, like ding, 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 and things started happening. So people were more open to hearing this new sounds. So we was very lucky in that sense, and also we focused more in the 80s in Denmark. They focused on the roots reggae. The Bob Marley, the Black Uhuru.
That's the thing. Also, when you listen to Natasja, she got her own style, and also when I listen to y'all guys, you got this more. You got this. You made the reggae sound, but in Danish.
Yes.
You actually translated it as perfect as possible. And you got this. Funny vibe with it when you're doing your thing.
Doing the fun stuff.
Yeah, you're doing the fun stuff.
And before they had a lot of like in the 90s, you had like in the 80s mix of hip hop and ragamuffin, right? So you'd have a hip hop beat and you'd say, "Come follow me," but now we had like the pure dancehall. That was our style. We didn't want to mix it too much with the hip hop. It was like. We want to do the Beanie Man shit, the Capleton shit, you know, the Sizzla shit. And we want to show people this crazy music, right? So we was like on a mission to educate Denmark about dancehall culture. And of course, Dwayne's father was Jamaican, so he was like, it's in his blood, right? And we said like, every time we drink a beer, we said like, fuck man, we want to make this shit big in Denmark, right? And you know what, sometimes you have to be careful what you ask for. You might get it.
You might get it and you don't know what to do with it.
Yes. So you go 5-6 years down the line, every fucking hipster investor boy is going around with his dancehall records and know nothing about it. And me and him was like, we created a monster. And you have like days.
But it's a part. It's a part of it.
Became too big, too fast, and people who don't even know about the culture was jumping on the bandwagon. It was just like saying crazy stuff and making the voice deep and without even checking the foundation, you know,
the history and
after that, like it got too unserious, it got too silly, and people like
everybody just wanna do it.
Yeah.
But how do you feel like the reggae dancehall industry is in Denmark today? Your opinion.
The thing is, the beats.
Are you proud as a proud father?
Are you proud as a father?
As a proud father, like are you proud of what the direction is going now, or
it's almost non-existing right now? The Afrobeat swept everything that was, and they like, and I must say, it's earned. The Afrobeat music is more, in my opinion, right now. There's more quality stuff and less bad shit. And if you check the Jamaican stuff, there's a lot of bad, and because they release so much music that you really have to search for the good stuff. And it's more easy with Afrobeat.
So when you mean bad music, you mean like the message with the song, or you just mean like the vibe?
Mediocre production. Like I get these, I unsubscribe, but I get these newsletters every month, right? 500 new songs, and I have to spend like 3 hours to find 5 good tunes, right? Because there's everybody with a bedroom studio just
produce.
Especially after Corona,
everybody become a
home producer.
But when you wanted to be a hip hop artist, you listen to Method Man. You wanted to sound like Method Man. So when you tend to dancehall, who did you imitate? So who did you want it to be like, to sound like?
Yeah, that's a good question. We was very much on the Bounty Killer, the deep boys, right? Shabba Ranks, all those deep boys guys there, Buju. But they have like, you know, like when they have opened their mouth, it's like there is a pain in their voice also, right? It's not just a deep voice, no, it's like Buju, you have like
the soul is
the whole world inside his voice, you know, and he's raspy, and you can hear like this guy has seen a lot of shit, even Bounty Killer, all those other. So we was at that, and of course it didn't sound like that when a 18-year-old or 20-year-old guy from Denmark is trying to work. I mean, the older you get, I now have my voice have more, and more raspy you get, and like So I grew also into.
The more pussy you eat too, it helps the voice. It also helps to clean your voice chamber.
No, but it takes time finding your voice. And also your voice will mature.
But do you actually like your voice more now than years before?
Yeah, much more.
The sound of it.
Yeah, I listen to
you sound like a red rat in some other songs.
Yeah, some of the old stuff I'm like, wow, that's a young guy's voice.
This one is giving.
It's getting too warm.
It's getting too warm. I'm getting depressed looking at it. Cheers.
But the thing is now with I kept on doing the dancehall stuff, and I'm still doing it, and the whole scene is.
But you rap as well.
I do. I release tracks every second month, you know. But it's like compared to the listeners and the amount of. But also, I'm an old guy, you know. So now it's a young people's game, right?
But you got a loyal. You as one of the few people in Denmark, you got a loyal fan base. Because just that. At the distortion, I was there too. You were just walking on the stage, and I saw this woman just grabbing your microphone, singing your whole song. So you know you got that loyal fans.
The people that fucks with you.
Strong fan base.
But the thing about the scene, like it changed a lot when Spotify came out. The whole scene was turned upside down. Before you had like CDs, right? So let's say I have this fan, this lady in the audience. She loves my stuff. She will go and buy a CD,
buy a vinyl or tape.
Support you in a different way.
And then you have like a 12-year-old girl. She's gonna go and buy Justin Bieber, right? So which means they buy one CD each. Equal. Now Spotify will measure how many times a day you listen to that music.
Yeah.
And a grown person don't have time to listen to a song more than maybe
10 times.
10 times a week.
Yeah.
And a young person on 10 she will listen to that song 10 times a day.
Yeah, sometimes we put a song on repeat.
Yeah.
So
and drive 1 hour, one song.
Yeah, one song.
So you see, the one who appeals to the 12-year-old is maybe 10 times more in the charts than the guy who's appearing to the older. And that means like the whole game shifted. Everybody needed to make music for the kids.
Yeah.
And the kids, they don't want to listen to old shit.
No, it's true.
They will have a new sound. They will have somebody identify maybe a 20-year-old guy. They're not going to identify with a 50-year-old.
True.
So in that sense, a lot of it graduated into a more relaxed. And now I do my music. It's cool.
Plus all these algorithms and shit like that, it just makes, if you got money put on that, then you got more streams than everybody else. So
and I don't expect to have like a huge hit anymore, or I don't expect to be on the charts, because the game
is something else.
I was actually 30 years when I had my first breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
That's
really?
quite old to have a breakthrough, and I've had
not in music.
Yes.
In football maybe. But,
but in music it's very like.
But in music, I think you can do any.
No, but it's true. I feel like actually it's more normal here in Denmark. Your first hit or your big success is maybe around 30. You see a lot of artists. They're gonna do their thing, and people not gonna take them serious. Then they're gonna do some fucked up shit, and people gonna be, I love this shit.
But if you take the top 100, right, in Denmark, you're not gonna find even maybe one 50-year-old person. You're gonna find a lot of 20-something. And you're gonna find some 19-year-old, 20, 25.
Yeah, but that's most of the age.
Over 30, the radios will stop playing your shit.
That is true.
Yeah. So I was late, and now I'm just finding my own way. I'm going to school.
What was your first hit?
That was the Big Stuck cigar. And that was like a mad fire. Like kicked everybody's ass.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Were you independent by this time, or
we were on a label?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden people started, I heard your song on the radio, man. I heard your song. And it was like, it was so fast. And all of a sudden everybody, congratulations. And we were still like smoking weed and wearing old dirty clothes. And it was like totally pale from all the smoking. And then it was like mad. We were playing shows for 30,000 people, and it went too fast for us. We wasn't prepared for that at all.
But how is it now? Is it like you're sitting down and realizing everything you actually went through, and how big of a success it really was?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I didn't at the time, and I didn't have time to appreciate it either.
I know everything is going fast.
It's so
next
fast,
job, next thing.
You just wanted more and more, After that, Big Stuff was fucking huge. There came Natasja. She was like just as huge, and she died. We got a lot of like awards and prizes and all that, gold records, platinum records, and then it came like she died, and the Big Stuff, we couldn't handle the pressure, so we split up, and I was feeling so bad. My best friend died, Natasja died, and my band that I lived for was not there anymore, so it's like fuck Denmark, man. And that's when I started just to concentrate on Jamaica. I took a break for maybe 5 years, and then we came with a new crowd of artists like Kaka and Wafande and in the end, and Shaka Loveless. In the end, it was my hit. It was my turn, with a huge hit around 10 years ago. That was the last hit I had. And but there was an insane roller coaster ride, And the thing about it, when you're in it, you never think it's gonna end. Even people tell you everything's gotta end, and you say yes. But not me.
You just feel like it's gonna go up the hill.
Always. I will be the only guy in human history who's just gonna.
You got the energy of an 18-year-old. I can do everything. I'm the shit.
And of course, sometimes the streak is over, right? And then it can be very disappointing for you to acknowledge that your time is over, basically, or it's not over, but what you knew is not there anymore. You're not a big star. Like at this moment, people still recognize me, but I'm not making money from my songs, for example. know?
Yeah. Okay, so you don't own your.
I own it, but sold. For example, I just did a full album in English.
Yeah.
And these songs, like in Denmark, of course, they don't really stream, you know.
Yeah.
So I have like 4,000 plays on one song, which will make me maybe like 20 kroner, right? Or 10 kroner.
You're gonna hook us up with that shit. We need to listen to that shit. We need to listen to that shit.
Yeah. So everything changed, and then there was a time when I had to sit down with myself. I was depressed, like because I wanted to be a big star again, right?
Yeah.
And I was depressed, and I asked myself, why do you do music? Is it only to be
famous,
money and famous, or do you have another reason? And I remember the days when I was starting out. I did it just to satisfy myself, right? Because it was nice, you know.
Yeah.
And
The feeling.
I had to get back to that feeling, because the other one is not nice to make music because you want money and fame, you know. That's wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and be humble and say, okay, you're doing this music because
you love it.
You
love the music.
Back to square one.
Back to basic.
That's where I am now.
Okay.
I don't make money on my music, but I love it.
Dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Yeah.
Because you have to find your purpose before you do something. You can't just jump on something just because everybody's doing it.
But still, that you're saying you don't make money on your music anymore.
It's not true.
But of course.
I make money from my old music, you know, the revenue.
Yeah.
But the new songs I do for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I had a little something. I had one track reach, like a remix of one of my songs. It reached maybe 1.3 million. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that would make me 25,000. I share it with the producer. I pay my taxes, so I have 5,000 kroner. You know, that's the biggest stuff I've experienced.
So would you prefer being on an independent or being on a label? Because you don't get to experience this kind of loss if you are in the label, right?
I'm independent. The thing with being on a label is like they will be very quick to dismiss you.
Exactly, that's the thing.
And like they say, okay, the last 3 singles they didn't
make good.
So we have to cut you loose, and you're sitting there like, I hate fucking people firing me. You know?
But it's like the next
you want to be the one fired.
Yes. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're gonna tell me to get out the door? Fuck you.
and close the door.
So I don't
go make hits.
I'm not built for that. I'm not gonna ask anybody for anything. Like the guy on the label, he probably can't even play one melody on the piano, right? He cannot sing even one note.
But he's still calling shots
still
for
my
your
boss,
career.
and I have to
call shots for your career.
And I have to be like, oh, I have this new song, boss. I hope you like it. And I feel so bad. Like I hate people saying no to me. Also, they say
you don't prefer to be on a label.
No, I have my own shit, and I have to do everything I want, and I do this, and I'm my own boss, and I love it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say, a lot of these, compared to you, a lot of these new artists, they're gonna have their day right now, of course. But in a year or two, nobody's gonna remember them, and then you also gotta remember for yourself. You actually created history.
Yeah.
Even though you're thinking about, oh, the music is not the same as it used to be, you can go out in the street, people recognize you. People, you actually built history in days.
Exactly.
I have to remind myself that sometimes.
You need to.
And give myself some
exactly.
credit.
Give yourself a clap on the shoulder for real.
Because you're true. Like a lot of these young kids, all the business is about now is new shit. New shit.
Quick.
Oh, I've heard this new artist. Okay, he's nice, and he's maybe there for 3 months. And then people forget his name, and there's another new guy, right? But because the old guys is still there. You can go out on the street, you know, Pharfar is gonna.
That's what I mean. It's still your history.
Because nowadays it's like everybody, it's easy access to release music. So everyone can be an artist even through the phone and shit like that, and they're just putting music out every day. So they come today, tomorrow is a new artist. Like you say, the other ones are still there.
And still also the songs are drowning. There's 80,000 new songs on Spotify every day. 80,000. So imagine trying to find your way with one of these tracks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And also a lot of shit, like there's nobody filtering the stuff.
No, that's the problem.
You can make like a song only consisting of sounds of farts, and you can upload it to Spotify.
Upload it,
I mean,
as long as they approve.
Yeah.
But they're gonna approve it.
They approve it.
They're not even gonna check it
because they're also paying. They're also getting money from all these tune codes and stuff.
That's
like
the
that.
thing.
I mean,
As long as
music
you're
is, they
paying
also
kids
get paid,
and everything, they're gonna approve it.
So that's why it's so easy to.
So it's so sick, and I'm like a bit. I had to cut a lot down on the artists I produce. I do it for money, like people can pay me for my work, and then I have like 2-3 projects. I'm trying to help some artists and young talent, and I think what we do is so good, but it's so hard to reach through. Everything now is about how many fans do you have on Instagram, how many likes, people talking about your quality. It don't mean nothing without a big hype, you know.
Yeah. But what you prefer, what you like most, producing, writing, rapping, with or just being in the studio as a CEO?
I'm so happy that I can do all of it because like from the first day, and that's my best friend and my enemy. I'm very good at a lot of stuff, but I'm not the best of one thing. You can always of all the shit I do, there will always be somebody better than me, but I'm versatile, you know. And I will try to make my life. Today I'm going here, tomorrow I'm going to the studio, tonight I'm going to play a gig, I'm going in a meeting on Monday, I'm going to school on Tuesday. I want my life to be full of different flavors, right? But I love producing. I love sitting in my studio with my music gear, playing the music loud
and listening to
the
some
drums.
Nah, that's not it.
Yes.
Do it again.
I love that.
I hate when the producer tell me do it again when I think I just spit some shit hard.
Me too,
But listen to it.
They would say, it's perfect. Can we have it again?
Yeah.
Like, if it was so perfect,
Why should I do it again? Why should I do it again if you say this shit was dope? Yeah, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. But we have a small game we play here.
Yes.
I hope you're ready to get down with some liquor now. That's for you.
Alright.
And that's for you.
Okay.
It's a game that we have questions we ask. It's either you pick one.
Yeah.
If you pick both, you take a shot.
If I pick both.
Yeah.
Okay, but I get a question and I can two questions and I can pick one.
It's a question with 2 options.
Okay.
You can only pick one.
Yeah. But if you pick both, then you like evening it out. Then you need to also take a shot.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
It's easy.
Okay.
It's easy. You go first.
Okay.
It's so easy.
Raske penge og kaka.
Kaka.
Oh.
Kaka.
What's up?
Yeah, that's one. Then you skip. You don't have to drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kiki.
Danish music industry or the Jamaican music industry?
Jamaican.
The Jamaican.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by industry, but like the music in a whole.
Just like a
the
whole
scene.
music.
Jamaican any day.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jack Turpin or Sky Juice?
Sky Juice.
Okay, of course.
I have to
Shout out to Sky Juice.
Yeah.
We need Sky Juice here, man.
But the funny thing is, like, I don't want to drink, but as Turban is a part of Sky Juice also.
Yeah, he is actually.
That's a good one.
He is. So you just do it.
Yes.
Mike Raw or Joe Bobby?
Who's Joe Bob?
Jababi. Jababi, yeah.
Okay, I would pick Jababi.
Jababi, yes. Nice one. You got anything coming on?
I got a lot, but you can finish if you got.
Finish.
Okay. Peter Tosh or Bob Marley?
Bob Marley.
That was fast. Burning Spear or Bunny Wailer?
Burning Spear.
Ziggy Marley or Stephen Marley?
Ooh. Stephen. Yeah.
Junior Marley or Gentleman?
Junior who?
Yeah, Gong Marley.
Junior Gong?
Yeah.
Or Gentleman?
Or Gentleman.
Junior Gong any day.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Like a Tubi or Buju Banton?
Oh, Buju!
Oh!
Sizzla or Capleton?
Oh shit!
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Sizzla.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I've done 4 songs with Sizzla. I'm releasing one the next week.
Really?
Yeah. I'm releasing it.
Oh shit! Yo, we gonna. Can we hear it after the shit?
You can? Yeah.
Yeah?
Nah.
Oh, can we hear it right now?
You can hear
Let's be the first one to hear this. Let's be the first one to hear this.
This is a premiere.
Yeah, this is a premiere. First time ever.
It's Sizzla featuring a guy from
Sizzla featuring Pharfar.
Bahamas or something in the Caribbean. His name is I Draw.
Oh shit!
I didn't know him before, but
nice.
He's pretty big there. All right.
Nice.
It's called The Money.
Okay. It's a premiere of a Sizzla and the Pharfar, man. You produce it as well? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And you have a verse on it?
No.
You
That's
just produce.
me producing it.
Okay. So.
I'll send it to you after.
Yeah, you should. Send me this shit, I'm gonna put it on the intro, so we have it on the intro. What do you want, John? The phone? If you can see.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's catching. Don't worry. But I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play.
Send it to you.
Yeah.
We can overlay it on the internet.
Yeah.
I have a funny story when I was in Sizzla's house.
Yeah? Oh, really?
Yeah.
We wanna hear that. We wanna hear that. Let's go with that Sizzla story.
go with that.
But send me the song.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Give
As
us
I
that
told
story.
you before,
Yeah.
I have this is my fourth Sizzla song.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know Jamaicans, they're like, everything is about the money.
Yeah.
So when you do a song there, you ready?
Just the email or the phone number?
Anything. That's just the thing. Yeah. So like a lot of the stuff in the music industry in Jamaica is evolving around money in some form.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the hunt in the music environment. Everybody's looking for the days.
They want to feed their family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they want to. If you go to the studios, usually maybe sometimes 20 people hanging out, just waiting for somebody to come and buy a dub plate or a song. So you'll see like your favorite artists, they're like chilling in the yard in front of the studio smoking weed, right? So I had done this song with Sizzla and a lot of other stuff, and when I came back, my manager said, we need contracts for this shit. How can you release an international artist and you don't have a contract? We can get sued. What if the song blows up? And I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah, you were just on some...
I was just on a high level and I was smoking weed. And then I go back to Jamaica with the purpose of getting contracts. Which is very hard, because the first thing happens is when you say, oh, the song we did, can I have a contract? The guy's thinking, he wants something from me. Pay me. So they want you to pay you to make a contract that secures their right. You know, it's like totally.
It doesn't make sense.
But in their world, it totally makes sense. Anything you have, I have that you want. I don't give a fuck what it is. You're gonna pay me.
It's like Africa.
And I was like, I didn't even.
Pay me what you want me.
Like Africa.
I don't owe you shit.
I don't know shit.
So I was stressing out, man, and it took me so long. And these artists, they want, when they're called, for example, Idonia, I wait at his house, and he thinks he's coming to collect some money, and now there's this irritating white guy wanting him to do a signature, and he get like vexed with me, and we have to spend a lot of time, and
try to understand.
The same story, right? When I come to Sizzla's house, my friend Sizzla he had 3 different houses in Jamaica. He lived in the Judgment Yard with the ghetto, and then up on the hills he had like a huge
chill and make music.
So Sizzla is sitting on his balcony, smoking weed, meditating, and I get told that I have to wait in the yard, right? And after 1 hour, they come and say, my friend can go and talk to him, right? And he thinks that we're coming with 10,000 Danish kroner to give him to sign the contract. And I have maybe 800 kroner for him.
Where does he have this thought from?
Because his he was talking to his guy that's like, and
Let me help you secure
They
your
think
rights.
it's
gonna cost
think
money.
it's US dollars, but it's actually.
White people outside, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna steal.
The bomb clock, let them give down $1 million.
Yeah, 1 million.
But they think it was US dollars I had for him, and it was Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
So it's I have maybe 1,000 kroner for him, and he think I have a 10,000 kroner for him. Right? So I can hear he's like sitting there and shouting at my friend, "What the fuck you think?" And then he's asking my friend, the Jamaican friend I have, why don't he just rob me? Because Sizzla do that sometimes. The 2 weeks before, he just robbed 2 Japanese people on the hunt for a dub plate. And when I say rob, he take the pants, the shoes, they're in their fucking underwear and getting like thrown out. And they don't want to.
They're getting stripped
because they don't want to go to the police and tell them Sizzla robbed them, right? No way. So this guy, he's like, why don't I fucking just rob the white boy, man? He's sitting there and he's like, my friend, no, he's a real youth. And
so your friend is also a youth from Jamaica.
And he's like trying to calm down Sizzla because he will switch. Sometimes he's very happy, sometimes he's very.
He will switch quick.
So you get him calmed down, and now the Sizzla decides to go and talk to me, right? And I'm like shaking, you know. And
I'm about to walk out with my with my bad ass.
He's like trying me. So what? Who are you? And I'm like, I'm sitting on the car and I'm totally stoned, right? And he say. And at that time, that wasn't something, you know, the Bluetooth speakers, they didn't come to Jamaica at that point. The first one I had, it had like actually a cord going into my phone, right? And I say, I'm a producer, man. I looked him in the eye. Yeah, I make some shit, you know, and he said, play it for me. And I had like that.
So you had the whole song already, or just the beats?
He heard the song, but I had some new beats. So I was starting to play, and he was like, what the fuck?
What is
that?
this?
A small sound system for your phone? And he was like, every rhythm I pull, he's starting to freestyle. Yeah, I'm gonna make a song on that. Next one, he's starting, I'm there with Sizzla for maybe 30 minutes. He's just like singing his heart out, and I'm playing beats. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna record on every single one of your beats, man. And I get high fives and hugs, and we drive out with the contract and everything good. But at the moment, it felt like I was getting robbed.
You didn't get robbed. You didn't get robbed that night.
I thought he was about to say like, yo, if you let that speaker be here, I'm gonna. They're gonna sign me.
So how did this new song come?
This one. It was because now I stopped. I'm not gonna pay nobody from Jamaica to make a song for me. I've almost done everybody except Buju and Bounty, and of course a lot more. But I have like a whole.
You got a catalog.
I got a catalog, right? So I tried all that. I did, and now I'm like, I'm not gonna make the money. Decide. If you want to do music with me, it's fine.
Love my shit. Then
and I'm not gonna. I don't have to do it with the biggest artist. I even have a Vibes Cartel song from the old days, you know. Now I'm just going to be real.
Make music.
Real people do real things.
Fuck with me according to my energy and the music.
So I'm like that, and this guy is like, my friend over there, he's like, yo, I made the song with the same rhythm with the guy called Alusade. I don't know if you know him. And he said Alusade was in the studio and Sizzla was there, and he was hearing the rhythm, and he's like, he wants some part of it. And they're starting the game now, right?
How much?
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, let me just stop you right there. I'm not gonna pay no money for an extra Sizzla tune. I already did 3, you know, so okay. And then it's 2 weeks after, yo, Sizzla's still thinking about that rhythm, man. He wants to be
but if he wants it, then he can.
He should pay you now.
He should pay
you. Like, I can just sell you. I can just sell you the rhythm. I don't have to be part of of everything.
So he started to say like, maybe we can partner up in it. So he like, and I said, I do that for all my artists. You make a song with me, we share it 50-50.
50-50.
That's
I take the production, you take the.
Okay. So 2 weeks after, Sizzla now has done a song on the rhythm. Cool. I'm still not gonna pay you. Okay. And then it's coming the last one. The engineer who holds the recording now, he wants a slice,
he wants something.
Not for Sizzla, but for himself, right? And I'm like, what did I end up give him? I gave him 300 US or something like that. That's about 1,800 kroner for a Sizzla tune, which is fine. And I got my contract, so I can deduct it in my taxes. Everything fine.
Do whatever you want.
So that's almost a free Sizzla tune, but I'm finished with that money.
Money giveaway.
That's also why they have so much music coming out because everybody's thinking about this. The artists, the moment they leave the studio with the money, they don't give a fuck about that song. They're just about
the next one. The money, and drop on the next one who's paying.
So a guy like Sizzla maybe will do 30 songs a month or 20 songs, you know.
And it's money. Even one night they can make 5-10 songs as long
and they will flood the market with too many fucking songs.
Okay, we have a few questions left.
Yes.
We was at Sizzla, right?
Yeah.
We take you all the way to something different. Elvis or Michael Jackson?
Oh,
Michael Jackson.
You don't like Elvis?
Can you say why?
Yeah, because Elvis made the black music popular because he put it in a white package. And I don't respect that too much. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Arthur Blondie or Gregory Isaacs?
Gregory Cool Ruler.
Yeah?
Yes.
Nice. I'm gonna take you back on this one. Kaka or Jatabin?
Kaka. He's my bona fide friend. He's my ride or die.
Shout out to Kaka.
Yeah, he's also a cool youth.
He's a good youth, man.
Yeah. Beanie Man or Vibes Cartel?
Vibes.
Black Uhuru or Morgan Heritage?
Black Uhuru. I have a full album with Michael Rose. I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
DJ Face 5 or DJ Typhoon?
Face.
Oh.
You can't do that, man. You can't do that. Where's the bottom, bro? You can't do that, bro. Yeah. Damn, you fucking late, bro.
Face, man, he come from old school days when you see the start of the hip hop. That guy's fucking breakdancing when he's 15 years old.
Face 5 is the shit.
The Beatles or the Wailers?
Who was the other?
The Beatles.
The Wailers.
The Wailers?
Oh shit.
Oh.
You fucked up? Both, right?
No.
Oh,
why did you go Beatles on that one, man?
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
The Wailers.
I have to. It hurts my heart, but.
Yeah. Sister Nancy or Queen Ifrica?
Queen Africa, definitely. And I just got a song with Sister Nancy.
Oh, for real? Yeah. So how come you don't take her?
Queen Africa, man, she's
a vibe.
She's sick, man.
She's different.
Her vibes and her energy is.
Can I ask you a quick question? Have you ever thought about how the music industry with the reggae and the dancehall is in Denmark? Have you thought about, because you still got it, have you thought about just only pushing your music in all of the other countries than Denmark? Because I think you gotta get more respect.
Sort of.
Yeah.
That's why I did make a whole album in English.
Yeah.
I have now 3 singles out, and the full album is dropping in November.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to promote something in
outside.
I don't know how to do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
The thing is, like in Denmark, the people who pay me the most respect, they're not from Denmark.
Yeah.
The black community, the African community, they see me for who I am. When I'm DJing, when I'm singing, people are like, and the Danish crowd, man, they're somewhere else on a level I don't get. Most of them, they want to hear some funny stuff. They want this and that. But the people who see me as I want to be seen, they're from Jamaica, Germany, Africa, all over the place. But except from Denmark. And then you have this crowd of people in Denmark that see me. That's the African community. They see me as a big guy.
So do you know the taxi queen here in Denmark?
The what?
The taxi queen.
No.
The woman riding around.
Oh yeah.
In taxi.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Ellie, she's been doing a lot of comedian things with a Arabian background and everything. But first time I was at her house, I was like,
I know what. Dude, what, nigga?
Just chilling.
Don't set yourself up. First time I was in our house.
Seriously. I've seen it do so many of comedians and jokes and everything. I went to a house and I just saw all of these gold plaques. I was like, where did you get all this from? I sell my music to USA, Japan, and I'm like, what? And she gave me that first piece of game when I was younger, and I was like, damn. If the people in your country don't respect it, then you maybe just gotta move.
Yeah, you can make you can have fans anywhere else as long as people that can relate to your shit.
Because like you were talking about, you were making music with an international artist. If you don't get the contract, to release it internationally.
Yeah.
He can start doing a lot of things, and she can lock things down with Japan and say you can only release it in Japan. It's never gonna get to Copenhagen or Denmark to destructing my own private work or whatever is going on.
So if we have to talk about the music, the reggae dancehall scene in Denmark, what's your top 5 in Denmark? No international. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your top 5? Like you see,
we're saying artists and producers.
Yeah, we start with the artists without producers because you are everything. You're a producer. But let's go with the artists first.
Okay. I would put my.
Without yourself, don't put yourself.
Yeah, no, but I would put my crew. Dwayne Eggerman.
Yeah.
He did an album called Eggerstone. It's still a milestone in Danish dancehall, right?
Yeah.
I would put him there with his stuff. And I would put also my other friend from the crew. They have like their hip hop thing called Meltecoin. I've been a fan since I was a kid. You know, they're still up there. My 2 homeboys. Then we have like. Kaka just released Afro.
Yeah, I just released an album.
Which is sick.
It's dope actually.
Yeah, that was 3. Then just like for me, like guy who can really have like a voice, like we talked before, is LOC. I must give him my.
I need to say that too.
I must give him my.
That's one of the craziest voices I've heard.
He have a sick voice, you know. It's not always the same type of beats I would be on, but his delivery is
something different.
Yeah, I really respect him. Yeah. And who else? Like we could put. Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. I would be.
You wanna put yourself?
No, I would be controversial and put Medina.
Oh, can you explain why?
Yeah,
because that's a good thing.
She holds the ground. She's a good singer. She have a good performance. Her setup is tight. I made a song with her, and she's even a nice person. Yeah. And I hear people talking so much trash about her.
Yeah. But she's really a nice person.
She's a cool person. She got her style. Like you're not in doubt when you hear something. Nobody can imitate her. She has her style.
Yeah.
So just to be spiteful of all those haters, I'm gonna put her there.
Even Kiki give a shout out.
Yeah, even.
That's dope. That's a dope one. But it's cool that I can see the loyalty is there because like the 3-4 first artists is all from your gang.
From my crew, and I forgot also to put Natasja there, but she's not living anymore, so I can say that's why. But she's like.
Can I ask you where did it start? Where you and Natasja meet? First
how did you guys?
How did you guys hang out?
School together. She came in the 4th grade.
Okay.
I was in the 5th, and from that day we became friends and skipped school, smoked weed.
You know Karen too.
Yeah, Karen came later on. Like when we first finished with the school. Like when we left school. I went my way and Natasja went her way. And we met up like again 4 years later and just kick it from there. But she was there from the beginning with me.
Yeah. But you and Natasja, were you making music all the way from back in school? Okay.
At that point I didn't make music. I was probably like 14 years old or 13. And we just hang out smoking and did stupid stuff. Yeah. And then I heard she was starting to do music and I was like very inspired, like wow. And then before I even start, I knew she and Karen had some shit going on and I was like, whoa.
But was there any other female artists before she came on the scene?
Not in that style. There was a couple of hip hop girls, rappers, but not in her caliber. She like.
Because when I listened to her music, it was hard.
It's hard, and I knew from the start, like that's my, that's the sad thing. I think like that's my ticket to international fame. Me and her as a team, we were like every day we was talking. Every day she came to the studio, we was like this solid work, and we knew if we keep this up, we're gonna hit something big. And we went to Jamaica together also, and we had like the same ambitions. So that was like one of my biggest inspirations. That girl was so talented.
Rest in peace. We can take a shot for her. We can take a shot for her. We can take a shot for her. We can take a shot. Can you be able to drive?
No, I'll
You can take the last one for Natasja. She's watching you.
She is.
Don't trip.
She's watching you.
Yeah, she's watching you. Don't trip. Let's go.
Rest in peace, Natasja.
Rest in peace, yo. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
So good.
Test.
Because from the generation that I'm from, like he was asking, Natasja is the first.
The 2000.
This nigga.
The young generation. the 2008.
Natasja is the only woman that I know who actually set the way of, if you can say it like that, in the rap and in the reggae and dancehall industry.
I don't think I was here before she passed or something.
She had a different attitude.
I've listened to some of her shit.
Like when we started, you know, with the crew, the Big Stuck, my group, right? The 3 guys, we wasn't even thinking about being.
So who was in your group?
It was me, Blaze, Boogie, and Egerman.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to be the best dancehall sound system.
Yeah.
Nothing about only that.
You were also not in the Donkey, something like that?
That was long after.
Okay, that was
so
long
me and
after
these
that.
guys, right? Because we look at all the other sound systems, right? We're like, fuck them. We can do much better than them. We're gonna prove to everybody we are the fucking. You know, it's like an ego thing.
Sorry, I need to interrupt quick. When you say sound system, also to get it for the people out there listening, are you talking about just like the way you were playing it, or you're actually talking about your own sound system?
I know.
Yeah.
Because at that point we was growing up.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Everything was new to us.
Yeah.
And like when the first time we heard a pull up, it was like, oh. So it's like what, and you couldn't go on YouTube. You had to learn, right? So we made many mistakes along the way. One of the mistakes is a proper sound system needs some big speakers, right? Nobody had that. We were just about playing the right music, talking in the mic the right way, pulling up and putting sound effects. So we was like, all these other losers, how can we show we're better than them? Okay, we'll go on the mic and we'll chat a verse, right? None of these punks can do that. So that was the only thing on our mind. But before that, it was like, okay, we'll bring Natasja and she'll chat on the mic, and they'll see we have like the secret weapon to kill them all. So she came on the stage, did her thing, people went fucking crazy, we felt like kings, right? Next weekend, we hear she's on with Universal Sound, doing exactly the same thing, right?
Oh,
and
shit.
I'm like, to my girl, I'm like to my girl, yo, you cannot run around the sound systems. You have to be here or not here. And she's like, yo, you cannot tell me nothing. I'm a free girl, I'm not gonna let nobody decide over me. So we had to say, okay, we caught her. And then we had to pick up the mics ourselves.
She was fun.
But the reason I'm asking you is because you told me that you were starting out, if I can say it like that, around Christiania. And when I got to Copenhagen, something that I loved about Christiania also was I was seeing people coming with their own sound system. Like custom built, like you see in Jamaica. People got this phone, but you got 10 different dangerous cables. If something pops up, it's gonna burn everything. But people were building their own, like in Africa, you know, their own sound system.
Big respect to that, because that takes a lot of work, a lot of money, and it's fucking physical labor to set up and pick and take down. But the sound it gives from a proper sound system.
When I even first see Typhoon with the bike, with the Christiania, and he had the sound at the sound point.
That sound bike.
He had the sound point. I was like, that shit is cool. That shit is cool. That was the first time I saw like him on that bike. I was new here. I was like,
it's so. I started renting it. I will make a shout out to the guys called Karma Kanon in Christiania. They rent out these bikes by the day. And me and Kaka, when we had a release here a couple of months ago, we just went around the streets in Copenhagen with a huge ass bike with a sound system and freestyling and drinking. And we would spend like 8 hours freestyling and drinking. And people like, what the fuck?
Who are these motherfuckers?
So go and rent you a Karma Kanon bike.
Nice one.
Shout out to Karma Kanon, man. Shout out to Karma Kanon, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. But you as a producer, right? Do you have any person that you know, like, oh, if I'm in the studio with this motherfucker, it's a vibe, it's a hit, the energy is different.
You're always getting some shit.
You always like, if I have this person in the studio, it's always a go time.
Yeah. I have one guy I'm working with now. He's a young kid, and he's like fucking hungry. And he have a song every time, because like these people here in the studio and they're like, oh, I have a half a verse.
Yeah, and then sit down and start writing, right,
and you just like you cannot even work on it because it have to flow.
Yeah,
and they're like, okay, I have a top line, and they go and put some half-ass shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, no, don't waste big man time. Go.
Yo, you heard? Don't prepared. Don't fucking pull up to the studio when you ain't got shit. Stay at home. Satit is home, but don't pull up to the studio when you ain't got shit.
You see, you can spend fucking 20 hours in your own bed.
Exactly.
For all I care.
Exactly.
But you don't sit in my couch and waste my time.
No, exactly.
Because a producer have nothing to do when you say, okay, roop it.
Yeah.
And then the producer's just gonna sit, wait for you to write on that rooping.
But it's it's a funny thing to hear, because also when I go in the studio, a lot of people they want to like, oh, should we go in the studio to what? Smoke and drink?
Yeah, that's the other thing. They can't come with fucking girls.
Should I pay for each hour?
The vibe is also nice in the studio. To be honest,
it's true.
The vibe in the studio is dope.
I get that, but should I pay for 3-4 hours us drinking?
Yeah, but the vibe.
For real, I'm gonna write it from home. I'm gonna go to
right now. As long as I don't do music, I won't mind sitting in the studio. Just
no. I'm gonna.
But the thing is,
write it from home. Write it from home. Go to the producer and be like, yo, give me an hour.
Thank you.
Time.
Find somebody's house to sit, because I will
find somebody's.
I'll be in the studio from maybe 9.
Find somebody's house to sit.
I'll be there from 9 o'clock in the morning. But these guys arrive at 1 hour late at 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, exactly.
And I maybe want to go home and watch television. And these guys start drinking
and eat and
they don't even. And they're waiting for some girls and some food. And I'm like, yo, how about making a song?
Thank you. Yeah.
So
but sometimes also the energy goes like that.
I
Sometimes when you go to the studio, you don't even want to make music, but the energy that is there. It just makes you come up with something.
But I'm like, if I want to party, I want to go someplace else, like see something else. And I want to be at a bar or at somebody's house. I don't want to be in my own studio.
No, and also for the producer. He's sitting here like this table and this computer. He's sitting here every day.
I see the same shit.
And you come, you see the same shit, and people come like, oh, should we party? No, let us go somewhere else. I'm sitting here every day.
Let's change
If you want to party, let's go party. If you want to make music, let us stay here and do our shit.
I feel you on that.
But to tell you the guy that I was talking about, his name is Ronnie Money.
Ronnie Money.
And
shout
out to Ronnie Money.
We on the move, like he just started his Danish shit, and it's fucking hot. I made him do some sick Afrobeat stuff. And, but he is hungry, and he's like, he come prepared.
I see you're also very good at sampling some shit, because I listen to some of your shit. You're like, you guys, these samples from old school shit. I'm like, okay. Shit. So are you sampling some African shit from the Afrobeat shit?
I'm not sampling it, but some of it like I could get like the chords for one song. I could get like pattern of drums for another song. I would mix it all together
and then put it together. Dope.
So I'm not gonna. Some people will like rip off a total.
They just take everything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It doesn't look good.
But I might like, oh, that's a nice shaker, right? I get inspired by that. And chords, like progressions are free, So I'm not gonna step in somebody's production.
You have to always be creative and find your own.
Find your own, right? And of course, everybody is inspired by something.
Yeah, of course. It's even normal to be inspired like that, because that's what gives you the path, the direction to follow.
Definitely.
But like, if you see this new generation scene, who do you think is the next one on the scene besides your boy? Are there some youngsters that you're tapping in, you're listening to, like in the new industry now, like?
And I'm not so good at. I spend so much time in the studio. I don't wanna. When I'm not in the studio, actually, I listen to talk radio. I want to think about something else to make my mind free for music. So I'm not even. I will try to follow the Afrobeat scene a bit. Like I will try to keep updated, because when I'm DJing, those tracks are nice.
You need something.
I will also try
as a producer too. You need to know what's trending, so you can be in the bag.
But also as a work, it gets of course you love music.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get tiring. I've listened to for all day, so sometimes you just gotta put a podcast on.
Yeah.
That's what
somebody talking about something completely different.
And then when I'm DJing, and I'm like have this stuff, I play a track. Whoa, that's a good vibe. I'll take a picture of the CDJ and like. When I'm in the studio, get inspired by that for my artist or something like that. But I don't spend too much time listening to music these days. No.
But you had also something going on with it was a concert I think you was doing about Natasja something.
Yeah.
Was it last week? Or
No. That's like a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
In a big theater place, Operan. And there was a tribute to Natasja. And it was pretty big, like there was 1,600 people almost every night. We played it for three weeks. That felt good. I want to honor my
what does that makes you feel like when you do some shit like that?
Two things, like I'm so like when she died, I would like dedicate a part of my life to promoting her. And I've been doing that since and the other part of me, like there is a part like I'm in this dressed up as a sound engineer, right? Like an old guy, and it's very funny and stuff, right? But in that song, like I have a song with Natasja. In my part, they say like, no, Pharfar, I'll pull off my wig, right? And I'll go and do my verse, and the fucking crowd went nuts. And that was a kind of recognition. It's been a long while since I felt like, wow, people actually appreciate me this much, right? Because like, and that actually gave my little ego some love.
But you know, on the program we don't filter everything. So I actually wanted to ask you, what is your thoughts on people saying that you're only doing this to make money on her death?
Oh yes, of course.
I want you to reply to those people because I've been hearing it a lot. So I want you to have the time to make your own words for it.
Thank you very much. Because that fills me. Like actually, like she died, we had the full album. When she left my studio 6 o'clock in the morning to go to Jamaica, she did the last take of some backup singing, right? So that I could make the album finished, which means we had everything. She went out the door and I was supposed to do it. I get the call, she's dead, and I have this full album.
So, sorry, can I stop you right there? Who did you get the call from, and how was that call even? Sorry to go deep with it, but it's
you can always press this one if you understand.
Of course, and it's a healing for me to talk about.
For sure.
So I get the call from her mother.
From her mother?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, how was it? I get a call from my friend, my Jamaican friend. It's an answering message on my telephone, and after that, I don't remember but I remember her mother calling me and saying the worst thing ever has happened, and I'm thinking like, okay, she got robbed or something like that. And then I knew it was the worst thing, and I'll never forget that day, man. That was a fucked up day. The thing is, now I'm putting myself in the situation. Like if I had just made a full album, something for me to be proud of, and I die, would I just rather it be kept away? Or would I want? I mean, I can tell you.
But are you a little angry over yourself?
Of who? Of who?
Of yourself?
No.
It's just the way that I'm receiving your message. Is it like you're feeling like, why didn't I put more work into this?
Oh, there will always be that. Actually, I'm quite.
Is it that what I'm feeling?
No.
Okay.
We can talk about this. Been a part of it also. Because like, but then I'm thinking like, first of all, should we put this out? And there is not a doubt in my mind. I called her mom. She said, of course, people know which. Let's say I didn't put it out. We didn't. Natasja would just be a sad story of a girl who died and tried to make it, right? Now the story is this icon in Denmark. People remember it, even could make a statue of her today.
Everywhere it happens. People die. They're still putting out Tupac's music until today.
No, but for real, like you said, you could put a statue.
No problem.
A statue with I think you could call the community like,
put a statue got new albums coming each and every day.
And if we didn't put out that album, nobody would know who that girl was, except people in the music business. So that's my answer is, me as a person, I would, if I die, I hope somebody will go in my computer and take out stuff and finish some old tracks and honor me by letting the music live forever. That's how I feel. So that's my answer to those
They
people.
left some password in somewhere where.
So all you motherfuckers, listen to this man.
That girl was so inspiring, so beautiful, and so talented. We need to put the music out. And you know what? I have a what you call stepdaughter.
Yeah.
She's 11.
Yeah.
2 years ago, she kept her birthday, right?
Yeah.
In fucking 2 hours out of Copenhagen drive. And I'm the DJ, these small kids, and they're dancing to the new Natasja tune. My eyes, man, I start crying because that's the kids now. It's going full circle, right?
Yeah.
Now the kids
get to know.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills just by talking of it. So music is everlasting. Right? The person might be dead, but the music lives on forever. And the kids who grow up, yes, please. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But this is for Natasja.
Yeah, this one is for Natasja, man. Another one.
Another one, man.
Okay. So should people still expect more new songs that they never heard from Natasja, or what you got in your vote? They still like
I
new
still have
Natasja
some in my box, but it's not in the Danish department. Like people in Denmark, like many of them, they're like stubborn or they're like lazy.
Yeah.
They don't want to listen to Natasja's English stuff. Maybe the big song, but she have like 2 albums. We have 2 albums out with great music. But it's like they want the Danish stuff, which is okay. I don't think any more Danish stuff will come out. I have maybe one more song. But that's coming now. We're planning to do 5 songs, English unreleased songs, and we're trying to find some good international collaborators.
But I've seen.
We're hoping for Sean Paul or somebody like him to come and bless one of the tracks, like or a Protege or a.
Call Benny Jams.
Yeah.
But call Benny Jams, he knows.
I was seeing him yesterday.
Sean Paul. Call Benny Jams.
Yeah. You have a link over?
Yeah, they have the link.
Cool. Yeah. So that's the plan. I was in a meeting the day before yesterday to do finish up some stuff of the English stuff.
So as you know, Natasja EP is coming soon. Stay tuned, man. This shit is not over yet.
Because I remember when she was alive, I've seen some old footage of her performing in English or just outside of Denmark. It's crazy.
Ripping it.
The energy of the crowd, fuck Denmark. The energy of the crowd, I've seen them on those footage.
There's some mad stuff from Jamaica also.
I think that's the footage I've been seeing.
But to answer the question you asked me before, like when your friend's dead and you have to do your best, it's never good enough. I was like, fuck, and I almost went in depression because I wanted that, and I don't get a second chance, right? No, thank you. I don't get a second chance, so I better come correct now. And to be honest, I've never felt like I can do good stuff, but
can never
it was hard for me to release it. Like say that's.
But like you also said, you were just from my perspective.
Okay.
We're good.
We're back.
We're back, man. We're back.
But to go back to the question, is everything you just told us. It's way different for all y'all people who talking shit about this guy. It's different when you've been talking with her mom. For all the people talking shit, it's different. You've been like, yo, mama Natasja.
To be honest, if you say
what are you thinking? I'm thinking this.
Yeah. And I tried before when she said something. I said, okay, mama, I'm not gonna push it.
But that's also like a problem that Fat Joe faced from Big Pun. When Big Pun died, he had left a lot of songs and shit. But the only person who was in count of those songs was Fat Joe.
Okay. So he was the controller.
So he was control of everything.
Yes.
So he was the one to release all the songs and talk to labels and everything. But some people in the label, they didn't like that. Until today, they don't like that.
No.
They still feel like, oh, Fat Joe took money, Fat Joe did this, Fat Joe, the money don't come through the parents and whatever. It's always some people who have the stories about some shit like that they don't understand. It's always like that.
It's gonna. And the people who are not musicians probably are the ones who are saying that. Every musician wants his music to
Every musician wants the music.
Of course.
And that's the reason why you stay whole night, because this is your career. You spend the whole night in the studios, day and night, recording music that is gonna still release when you're not here. So why should somebody just hold the music?
That's also why I wanted to have
DMX just had a new album. He's not here.
But that's also why I wanted to have this conversation, because I've been hearing it so much, because it's been a while now. Natasja's been dead. But there's been happening a lot. Every year, I need to say every year, here for, I think, right before Corona, we had this big celebration for her at Pumperhuset.
Yes.
So they've been happening every year.
And I made that song with her and Tessa. It was a big hit.
You were supposed For real?
Yeah.
You were producing that shit?
Yeah. That was me.
Bro, that's
some shit you didn't know is Grand Prime Talk.
And you know what, like the feeling when I made that song, right? I played it to one person that was like, it's a bit old school. And I was like,
they still live it.
Maybe it's bad, fuck man. And you know, like you only get that shot. And when I release it, now it's platinum, I think.
I think it's platinum. I've seen Tessa been posting in
and Tessa was fucking so happy about it, and people received it so well that I know, like, okay, you did okay. You know?
Dope.
But that was a great work, and I'm happy that you got also the opportunity to answer that question for all these fuckers.
I've been hearing it for 10 years now.
That's what I mean. And I feel like you have to answer that question.
How does that make you feel, like when you hear people discriminate you in that way?
I just feel like these people are not musicians. Every musician will understand me. People who just dream about music, or they might have a different opinion, but show me one musician who don't want his new album coming out when he just finished it. It would be like the worst shame of my life to bury an album I just made.
But it's funny and different.
So it doesn't move you in a way.
You know?
Exactly, it's a part of the game.
And people, when she died, man, I'm telling you, so many people got so busy talking about her, so busy being how good friends they were with her, like people were gossiping, like blah 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 blah. All of a sudden everybody's talking about her, and yesterday you didn't give a fuck. So I'm not even.
But that's life. People, they only talk about you when you no longer exist.
It's also good to hear from this different perspective, because also we had this South African artist, the white boy, who just died. His parents and everything was like, he was like this and this and that. If you ask his friends,
it's different story.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy actually?
They will tell you different.
So of course I got big respect. You were talking with her parents and everything, but also a lot of times you're gonna hear a different story.
Of course.
When they ask people around the person instead of only family, how is this person?
Sometimes people ask me, and to be fun, I'm also honest. I'm like, she was a pain in the ass. Because she was that as well, But
that's honest.
2 hours late when we had an appointment, and she was all this time. But all my friends are a pain in the ass. I'm a fucking pain in the ass. That's human. So people, they tend to make her into like an angel, but she was full of life. She's like everything, everybody.
But that's
that's a normal life.
That's honest, and that's what I also like about it. Instead of being like, oh, this is my friend who died. She's perfect. She was a pain in the ass. This woman.
And a lot of other stuff.
I love her, but she was a pain in the ass.
That's as persons we are all those things, right? Fathers, friends, idiots.
Kids.
Sometimes you have to be honest with people, because people, they think like things happen to people that they don't deserve. But sometimes you're like, you don't know the person that much, because I can tell you about the person. So.
But what I think is beautiful now is she turned from being a person with good and bad sides into an icon. She's like somebody who will inspire kids today that never met her. They will look up to her, and some little kid, some little girl gonna think, maybe I can be like her.
I've seen it already now. Not to discredit Natasja, not in the exact way, but their own way. I've seen a lot of female artists who come out since Natasja, you can see they got some of their game from her. You can see it.
Tessa.
That's what I mean. Tessa is clearly, but I need to say, and it's no disrespect to you, Tessa. And that's the thing I need to say.
Are you sure?
No, it's no disrespect.
She's watching.
Yeah, you can watch.
You're gonna get clapped outside. I see you on the show talking shit about me.
There's a difference between Tessa and also just to talk about the new generation and Natasja. I think I loved about Natasja.
Yeah.
She could say in a boss way. I don't know. You know her more as a person. I've only listened to her
because you spend time with her in the studios.
That's what I mean. But from my perspective, she could be like, "Oh, you got a dick, fuck you," but no, in a different way.
Yeah.
But the new artists, sorry to say, a lot of the new female artists are here.
You scared?
Give me that dick. Now Natasja was like, "Oh, if you don't give me that shit, I was like, it was in a more boss way, not in a whole way. If you feel me, not in a stripper way. It's just like, give me this shit, I'm gonna fuck you up.
She talk hard. Yeah. What's your top 5 female artists though?
Yeah, international, everywhere.
Nah, here.
We're gonna talk here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like that grind on that.
grind.
It's also Grand Prime here.
Grand Prime.
I'll rate Tessa definitely.
Okay.
I think she kicks ass, and I think we need more, man, more female artists.
We don't got so many.
But there's not so many, and there's only one at a time, you know.
I think the next person.
Yeah, but you take it from dead or alive. And
one person also I like is what's his name? Her name Cecilia.
Yeah. Cecilia and Feven.
Feven also nice. They was both in the.
Yeah,
Cecilia. That was I love when I saw
she feel like Beyonce though.
And you asked her to be a part of that shit.
Yeah.
She's a really.
She feel like a Beyonce though. That Vivian or whatever shit.
No, Feven.
It's like relax, come on.
But Cecilia.
I don't know.
I'm from my perspective, I've seen like a whole different artist coming to Denmark and being like, she got something different.
Oh really?
And she feel like super creative in her mind.
So you have 2 now, 3. Natasja, Cecilia.
3 and Natasja is the 3rd.
Yeah.
And Medina, of course.
Medina, like you said.
Medina though.
I got big respect. I need to say that.
Yeah.
Medina though. I actually she should come
a lot
to
of
the show.
musicians
Medina,
don't mention Medina, and Medina actually put a lot of work.
That's why I do it.
Yeah. And I love to hear that. I love to
She
hear that.
deserves it. So I need one more. So let's put Karl Makuba there. My good friend and hang.
Karl Makuba.
Yes. She was there from.
She's also nice. She had some songs.
And she's a good musician.
Yeah. She's just pushing fashion nowadays.
Yes, and music she's doing.
Okay.
And she just got back to the music now.
Oh, okay.
But that's also a question that I wanted to ask you. What I've been seeing with Karl Makuba and myself from my own career, it's funny to see how we can be so intense and so ongoing with the music, and then we need to have like a couple of years, we need to take a break and be like, who am I as a person? What do I like and who am I? And then go back to the shit again. Because it's also just, I was talking with Makuba, but I just read this article with her. She was like, I got my flow back.
Okay.
But you know,
and I got super inspired for that because I know the situation where you're like, fuck this music, fuck this whole shit. I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
And you regroup.
But it's also getting tired sometimes to be in this music industry. You get frustrated, you get tired. It's just like fuck all this shit.
And you have to fight a lot. You know, it's hard. And sometimes if you're successful, you have team, you have people fighting for you. Yeah. But sometimes you have to do all the fighting yourself and do the music and go to work. Yeah. So you get tired sometimes. Exactly. Like fuck this.
Fuck this shit. I don't want to do.
And that's when you don't feel like you're recognized. Like people, they give you credit. Exactly. Like me, for example, and I don't know about Karen, but a lot of us, we're not getting shows. Yeah. Because everybody's like, oh, Pharfar, oh, I've seen him.
Old school.
But the thing that I also like I said before, I think you and Karen and a lot of y'all are forgetting. You built a bigger empire than a lot of us younger artists. Yeah. I can't speak on if you talk to Rost or Pumbo or whatever and say I want a show. I can't speak on if they say no, or I can't speak on that. But what I just know from a young artist, you, Karen, Natasja, I can go on. Yeah. You built history.
We did.
I can say, and it's no hate Tobias Rahim, you're doing your thing. All the young women, they love you. Yeah. But to be seriously, I need to say this guy is maybe he's relevant now, but he didn't build history.
Time will tell.
And it's no hate. I know Tobias Rahim, I don't hate, but it is different. It is different.
But what happened to Donkey? You had a crew where you had all your boys.
Yes, was me and Fresh Eye, Kaka, Wafanda, and Shaka Loveless.
Yeah.
And you know, like big egos. We were really good friends, all of us. And we just had a tour last year.
Okay.
And then people are saying like, oh, next year we're not going to tour, like, because like it get intense, right?
Are you too big of egos, all of y'all together?
We're still very good
like everybody,
like everybody, not just one, but y'all.
There's a lot of stuff in it, you know. Some are higher ranked, like for example Wafanda and Shaka. Their reach is bigger than me and Kaka's, for example, right? So they have been so gracious to share like the income evenly, right? Which is very, very generous.
Greedy, but we could also call it like greedy because
no.
You are in the same game.
He meant it in a good way.
Yes.
Like these two artists who are bigger, they wanted to share,
money, right? Because me, I can maybe get 10,000 for a show, right? Maybe. And these guys can get maybe 50,000, right? Instead of them taking their 50 and giving me 10, they just like, let's share everything. So I'm very grateful for them. But of course, in the long run, they also need to make their money, you know, like, and sometimes the amount of money we can get from a crew, it don't work out because they don't want to pay so much. Maybe they can just put Wafanda on the bill and pay him his money and have the same effect, and Shaka. So they're gonna take the time off to also make their rent money and all that. You know, like a group is nice, but as you grow, some person wanna go left, some gonna go right, and I'm gonna go straight or whatever.
Exactly.
But it's all good. It's the homies.
There's no hate. It's all love. Everything.
Understandable.
And then we made also like we started making tracks together last year or the year before. We made some really dope reggae tracks, and we released one, and it was like nobody heard about it, and it just like drowned totally, and was like, why? The four on us on the track, me, Kaka, Wafanda, and Shaka, and it's only have like 5,000 plays after a year. What the fuck went wrong, you know?
We need to talk.
Well, sometimes it's also like if you're out of the scene for a long time, it takes time to build up again. So you slowly, you're like taking a baby steps again to reach to the point where you was. So maybe you just keep on applying pressure, and then pressure breaks pipes, you know.
So we need to talk. I'm gonna carry a little bit business into this interview a little bit, but I just saw the big show they had. I think it was last year again with Chef Records. They had a big reunion. And the people I heard who went to that show, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? I knew you guys, if you could bring your guys together again.
But they have like, tour. We did, last year, right? Enough respect for me to the chef.
But also, like, if you understand me right, no hate to the promoters. No. But if you promote it right, because you made, like I told you before, y'all guys made so much history. If you promote it right, because you know on the social media it's only going to be the young people.
But to be honest with you, they have a Top Gun who have a clear connection with the kids. They have a kid who have like recent hits. If you look at our, we the last hit we have any of us was maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago, right? So they have a more current setup. They have like the two, like a kid had it #1 last year, and I bet Top Gun had it 2 years ago and 3 years ago, right? And we,
but I still
8-9 years since we had.
But I still think, from my personal experience, I still think y'all are bigger.
Thank you. But the thing is,
because the difference is it's shorter success. You're gonna have the success this week. But like I was just mentioning before, the way that you could go lad mig rulle dig. When
du snakker dansk eller hvad?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk Danish for a moment.
This nigga. Lad mig rulle dig.
Let me talk. Lad mig rulle dig. Which year was this nigga?
I think it was 13.
13.
I think so.
It's 13.
Yeah, or 14.
We're in 2023 now.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's 10 years ago.
Think about
It's
it.
still there. It's crazy.
I know that is just one of your hits. That is just one of your hits.
But the thing is, like,
you made a
again,
big one
with the kids. You know, like people my age, they will maybe go out every the third month. Their parents so like, oh, we take a night off and get the kids babysit. And but the kids, like, if you have the 20-year-olds, they're all like, hey, let's fucking meet at this party. You know? So it's been a thing when we also try to revive Rub-a-Dub, and nobody comes because they're old.
It was
they're
Sunday too, but also the time.
But maybe let's try to do it on a Saturday, and they can come like 20 old people, you know.
But Sunday it was a good vibe because there was nothing going on.
That time it was great.
Yeah, there was nothing going on. So it was only Sundays. So it's the only place that you can do something on Sunday. It was Rub-a-Dub.
I don't know if it's still the same. I've just heard
it's close.
No, that's what I mean. But just from the corners and people I know, they're like, if Rub-a-Dub ever existed again.
Yeah, it was dope. Sunday when you bored or when you come from Peter Park and shit like that, it was the destination.
We need a place in Copenhagen.
People get fired through that shit.
We need a place in Copenhagen.
Nobody show up at work on Monday.
We need a place in Copenhagen that is not only for the 20 years old.
Yeah.
We need for
OGs.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
I'm in my 20s myself. I'm in my 20s myself, but I need to speak from it.
Yeah. But then we need to tell the older people to pull themselves together and go out partying.
Yeah, exactly.
And the old people, but also because the old people now when they get to a certain level, they just want to sit down in a bodega, have a cigarette, and talk. Not even being on some bitchy shit. They're just talking and then have a good time and say favela.
Watching television with the lady.
Yeah, exactly. You know. But then it's like, yo, come on, man.
We died.
You can still be a healthy 50-year-old person.
Exactly. It's also just a matter of how much work you're putting, taking care of yourself.
Oh, what age are you in now?
I'm turning 50.
You trying to blast him out or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna blast you.
Trying to set him up. Don't listen to this motherfucker. He's gonna set you up for real.
No.
Okay, so you're turning
50 next month. Yeah.
Next month?
Next month.
Yes.
Damn.
But like I wanted to say,
you got some black jeans in you.
Yeah, exactly.
You look good, bro.
But it depends how you feel yourself.
Yeah, I feel good, man. I feel like some people make fun of me like I'm a 50-year-old DJ, and I'm like, yeah, watch me.
But it doesn't matter.
Wait till I'm a 70-year-old DJ.
Exactly. And
I still love the party.
What are they doing with their life?
You see it?
The people who's talking that shit about what are they doing about their life?
Yeah.
So there's like, of course, I wanna grow up and be like in control.
But also is a thing
You're
like
not gonna see me like in the old days, like
wait and see.
It's also the thing like you are not known to the world with one thing. People knows you as a singer, as a rapper, as a dancehall rapper, as a DJ, songwriter, producer. So when you look into all these things, come on, why should you feel old when you can do all this shit?
I can choose.
Like seriously, why should you feel old when when you're capable of doing this, doing that, doing that? Show me one thing you can do.
That's it.
You only 20, you can't even do shit. So who's older now? Like really, who's older now?
Yeah, you're right.
I can do all.
The only person I have to respond for is myself.
It's yourself. If you wanna feel 50, you will feel 50. You'll be like, I feel old. I'm just gonna lay on the sofa, watch Netflix. You can do that.
Yeah.
Some people will be like, fuck it, I'm 50, but I wanna be outside.
But also, like, I'm not going these days. I'm not going so much to the clubs, for example.
Yeah. Only when you get paid.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be there with a bunch of 19-year-olds and I'm the 50-year-old guy in the corner, right? So I will always look at myself and say, is it dignified, you know? Yeah. Is it like, because I don't want to be that old creepy dude. I'll go to a club, sure, if it's nice settings, if there's nice chairs, if we're getting booze, if we're sitting down and talking. Yeah,
the vibe is just different.
But I'm not gonna be anywhere desperately like trying to hunt the party, you know?
No, like a Chateau Motel, like only 19, 18 and shit like that.
Those days are over.
Yeah, those days are over. You just have to pick your own party that's something that fits your energy.
You see?
Yes. But for me, I don't really feel old either. I'm 35 now, but I'm still outside.
In your prime.
I'm still outside. Yo, give me a shout out for that.
I give a shout out. No, but
still outside, bro.
Seriously, I feel like what you think in yourself. Because I feel like a lot of times I'm younger than you, but I feel like sometimes you got a lot more energy than me.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
keep up.
No, seriously, that's what I mean.
Thank you for that.
Also like seeing a guy. What is it called? The guy we were making the interview for.
Before?
Yeah.
No, before?
Yeah.
Before is the
big guy, the big guy, skinny guy. I don't know. I forgot his name. I'm too drunk. But
are you too drunk there?
I'm too drunk.
Okay.
Lovato.
Yeah,
Lovato.
Yeah.
Lovato is what, 40, 50?
Yeah, Lovato is 48 or some shit.
His body is looking like a 20-year-old.
He look young.
For real.
But he also works out a lot of shit.
No, but still, as a 20-year-old, I'm like, damn, what am I doing with myself?
That's a good inspiration.
If this guy in his 50
or
40 is looking like this, what am I doing with myself for real? So
but what you doing on your mental skills right now as whole music industry, besides doing music and all other shit, what you doing on your mental to get your mental mind straight?
Yes, I'm studying I'm on my 3rd year to become a psychotherapist.
Oh, really?
Which is like a...
Yeah, I fuck with that shit. Been studying it.
I can have a helping conversation with people and help them hopefully with their
problems.
hardships, you know? Yeah, the problems.
But you're also learning a lot of things about yourself, right?
What makes you want to do that? Transmission from music to that type, because that's way too different type of
energy. It is. I wanted some place where my experience was a plus. And what I found a lot in the music industry, if you have 30 years of experience, it don't mean you're great, it means you're old. So they'll be like...
In what way can you say that?
Okay, let's say I want to, like, I have maybe 70 or 80 gold and platinum records. Right?
Yeah.
I've broken the laws, the records countless of times.
Yeah.
I've proved myself again and again. Yeah. And yet, nobody from the labels using me as a producer. Because they think I'm too old. Right? But I say to people, if I was an architect, I would be the best paid architect in the whole country.
Yeah, because of your experience.
And now they're like, they're shying away from me because they think I don't know the mentality of young music. And I'm like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
So I wanted to do something where my experience counted as a good thing. And I know for if I'm sitting down in therapy, I'm not gonna sit there with a 20-year-old. Hell no. I want somebody who lived and failed and tried and everything. I'm gonna respect the person who's lived a life. And that's where I feel I can do. And I want to do therapy for musicians who have a hard time because I tried to be up here, down here. I've tried everything almost.
Have you thought about ever like promoting it in that way?
I have.
As like making a place for exactly musicians.
Yes.
Like you've been through a hard thing. Come. Pull up to me.
I have 1.5 year more left of my education before I will start to take clients, right?
A bachelor.
It's 4 years, and I'm starting now clients, but they come from the
Yo,
school.
boy, you better be inspired. You can see the niggas telling
I'm
50.
Inspired.
You're fucking 21, no education. You better get your fucking black ass out there and go do something.
I've been reading a lot of science.
No, I'm just telling you, boy.
It's a good thing.
Get inspired right here.
Because you're gonna
but
learn
fucking get inspired right here. You see?
About reading about psychology.
You can always get back to school, study something, and become something.
I love it.
Don't wait until you're 50. Of course, he's doing it at 50. That's cool. But don't wait until that age. You can always have something. Run around with the music. When you feel like tired, you just go back to another.
But for your guys, the guys out there, after I turned 18, now I'm older, but after I turned 18, I was like, when I was younger, I was like, fuck school. After I turned 18, seriously, I was like, let me just chase everything in life that I can, where I learn just anything.
I don't want to chasing bitches though. Yeah, Kiki, bite that nigga. Bite his ass. But yeah, get inspired, bro, because learning can never, like me, I'm studying too at 35. I never thought I would go to school at 35, but I'm like, now I'm like, yeah, I need to do something because you can't just depend. I used to make music. I stopped the whole music wave, everything. I'm like, because I can't combine music, work, school and shit. One thing, if I had the opportunity, I would get back to music, but I need something that whenever somewhere you're tired of something, you know you have something in your hand that you can just flip and start something. So I respect what you're doing, man. Take 5 for that. We can even have a shot for that. I think that's a big ass reason to have a shot, man. And when you take this shot, we can call it a day, man.
All right.
We can call it a day.
We did good.
We did fucking good, man.
How many years you think you've been in the music industry now?
I started when I was 18, right?
Yeah.
And then I had my breakthrough when I was 30.
We can just say you've been 30 years now.
30 years till now, I've been making an income, paying my rent and all my bills from music till this day.
3 decades, man.
Yeah.
So you're saying, just to be sure, to this day,
You can say 30 years.
You've been paying your like bills and everything from music.
Yeah.
We can say 30 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And still am.
That's crazy.
Now I'm just preparing for a day where I might not be able to.
It doesn't matter how much, but that
you
you can pay your bills.
The longevity you have been through, it's
that
already.
You can pay your bills
not everybody can survive that.
And
it's a financial freedom.
One risk everybody's fall into, I don't, is to forget to pay your taxes. So you have years like when you make it, you're making a lot of money, right? You're buying bottles, driving in taxis,
put that shit back.
putting
chains, Balenciaga.
All of a sudden, Mr. Taxman is coming. How about that 2 million?
Yeah.
You made 4, right? Yeah. You spent 4? Yeah. But you forgot to pay 2 million in tax.
No.
So now you have a problem, right? You cannot even buy an apartment, and you forgot to invest those money because now you don't.
But
take the advice to all the youngsters, like for real, talk to the camera on this shit, man. This is
save your money, buy an apartment or go to school, invest it wisely. Don't invest it in this. This should be free. Okay,
but that's actually funny. But I just saw this. They were making on DR. This program about a guy called Emil Lange. He's a famous DJ here in Denmark, and they were making this program about how to get rich. And when this guy went to his bank and everything, they're like, "How the fuck did you spend like a couple of millions in 1 year?" And you didn't even pay taxes.
Volt and
Volt and everything, pay pizza, burger, everything, clubs and everything, but you didn't pay taxes.
Yeah, fuck.
And now you want to buy a house?
Forget about it. Yeah.
We gotta figure out all of those taxes you didn't pay.
I love to pay tax, but I don't fuck with it though.
Nobody fucks with tax, but
I don't fuck with it. When I pay tax, I'm like, yo.
But I recommend for people to pay.
I have a friend.
One time
I had a female friend who owns tax in Denmark. She had to move out of Denmark. She moved to USA. Say, fuck this shit. I'm not paying you back. She owes like $1 million in tax. She said, I'm not paying you motherfuckers and I'm not coming back to Denmark.
She can always do that.
She moved to USA. She said, fuck all this shit. I told her, but what if you get tired, you might want to come back. She's like, nigga,
but that's a good
there's
thing.
no way I'm going to get tired there if I know I owe 1 million here.
For y'all people out there, listen to this guy. If you get paid and you got like, let us say like 3-4 months where you feel like I'm the shit, I'm JC, I'm Beyonce, I'm getting paid and I'm getting everything that I ever wanted, maybe 5,000-10,000 is different. What you've been seeing every day from your normal rent, so that's big money for you.
When you are doing good, you're making fucking millions.
That's what I mean, and it's looking good for you. But at a point, when you want to secure anything for your family or something like that,
they got you on this.
They're gonna get you on that. And your taxes. Remember.
And the thing about music is they pay you the full amount. You know, when you have a normal job, they will make sure
they take the tax already.
They will give you everything in your hand. It's not a good system either.
So if you ever want to do this shit, then you know, do it like 50.
Pay your fucking
tax. Do it like 50 cents.
Pay your motherfucking tax so you know what time it is, man.
So we take the last shot here.
Yes.
Or have your car or in your house in your mom's name.
That's the alternative.
Grind Prime Talk. We had Pharfar in the building. You already know what time it is. I hope you fuck with us. Click, subscribe, and like us and follow us. And the new shit coming through with Pharfar, Villain, BMR is in the building. You already know what time it is, man. Peace.